Okay, I've been gone for a few days. The wife said the mailman dropped off this box, put it here in my garage. Gonna check it out. Turn on some light so I can see what's going on. Oh, geez, that's heavy. To the horseman, the shoe man, the crab man. Yep, that's me. Wow, I wonder what's in the box. Wow, now that's cool. You guys gotta see this. Yeah, that's cool. Can't see anything there yet, but believe you me, this box is a whole lot heavier and these pieces are a whole lot bigger than they look on camera. I'm gonna move this aside and then I'll just bring the pieces up one by one. These pieces, the guy who boxes these up in the quarry puts them in order, so they should come out in order. Goes there. That goes there somewhere. No, that doesn't go with that one. Same thick, yep, O to O, so that goes there. That goes there somewhere. I think that goes there somewhere. Yeah, that goes there. And that goes there. Wow, get a load of that. Okay, let me put this where you guys can see what I'm talking about. This thickness here, this has to come off. Part of this has to come off to go over here. Oh man, that's gonna be a job. And then this has to come off to go over here. Oh man, that's gonna be a job, but man, get a load of that. Splitting this rock though, sometimes it goes from everything from working to perfection, the way you want it, the way it's supposed to happen, everything in between, all the way down to not working at all. And I gotta do it to 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. Oh man. Well, get to work. Hello everybody. This video I hope you enjoy, because I certainly enjoyed making it. This is a crab. It's not really a crab. It's called a horseshoe crab. It's 98 million years old and it's from Lebanon. Not really a crab because it's more related to the arachnids, but I've been told. This is another video called What's in the Box. This one's totally different because I've never done one of these before, and this was, I did some learning myself. So enjoy the video. Okay, I thought I'd start on the middle piece first. Where's that? There it is. I don't know if you can see this or not, but that's the critter lying right there. So I drew a line following that layer all the way around the rock. Now whether it's gonna break there or not, I don't know. That's not working very good at all. This is starting to scare me. I'll be back. Okay, this isn't splitting at all. Even though a little tiny piece came out over here like so, this piece just like conchoidal fractured off. And I'm being careful, as careful as I can. This piece kind of conchoidaled off. No cracking, no splitting, nothing. Okay, seeing as this rock doesn't split worth a you-know-what, this piece is just sitting here. But this tail end of this critter, I figured out goes right here, where that little indentation thing is. Right there somewhere, somehow. But it fits so terribly that to put it on there and glue it is kind of like guesswork, and I don't want to guess the level of this to the level of the tail end in here. So I'm just going to scribe down, find that tail end, so when I do glue it on, this is the exact same level as the tail is on this side of the rock. So wish me the best of luck. You can see this right here, that's the bottom of the tail. I'm guessing the top is just above that a little bit, and it's at an angle, so that's why I drew this here, that line. So now I'm going to take this tool and see if I can get that rock to come off of that tail end. And okay, I think I screwed up a little bit. I might as well show you. But I can see now this is going to be extremely difficult. This is a pointer. I believe that tail is right there. The top of it, anyways. The bottom of it is down here. That's the top. So that's gonna be quite difficult. That's I'll just quit complaining and get my you-know-what back to work. Wow, get a load of this piece. That's a pretty big piece. I like that. I like that a lot. You can see that little trails here where I'm going around. Little big piece here, bigger piece here, huge piece there. Plus I'm taking off about 3 pounds of rock. I like that. Okay, here's the back side of that horseshoe crab. You can see this big block right here. This is the other half. It goes right here somewhere. I'm going to have to do some grinding on this, but I'll take this down, glue it onto here, turn it over, and do my grinding. That's the plan anyways. So, let's move this baby. I'll take that block down with my big chisel tipped air scribe. That'll make it a little easier to be gluing it together. It's not flat, but it's a heck of a lot better than it was. Okay, look at that beauty. I got all these pieces back together. This wouldn't split. kind of tough. Just to play around, I'm going to see if some of this rock is going to come off of here. It looks pretty rough here. It looks very smooth here, and where it's smooth, it should come off, but what do I know? That isn't splitting worth a you know what. So I questioned myself because I heard something. The sound just sounded differently. I don't know if you can see that or not. Oh, Jesus. But there's a crack right there. So I'm thinking that baby's gonna come off of there. Maybe. What the heck do I know? I know I'm gonna try this though. Take this and that, and then come over way over here, get one of my very thin fish chisels, which I used to use a lot of. Just like that. Just like that. Oh, and like that. Now you can see this is a different layer than that one, but that's a lot more rock off there than... That's where I want it. All this rock. That level. That worked out pretty good. Wow. Mucho nicer. And lighter. Ooh, man, that's tough. Oh, now I gotta clean all that up, but I'll do that. That'll be last. I got lots to do on the rest of this critter. But that's pretty much the tip. I don't think the camera can pick it up, but you can see the difference between where this tail was laying and where the rock was at. There's a very fine line there, and that's what I was following. Okay, now to clean up this mess and all this. The edge of the critter is over here, and this comes down like so, doesn't really go in much, and then comes down, so all this rock, well, that's if the critter is still there. Still needs to clean up, but that'll be last. Now I'm going to go over to this area here. Put some light on there so you can see what the heck I'm looking at. This over here. Let's see where that's coming down at. There's the last of the rock removal. A lot of repair, but I'm making some progress here today. This side might be rotted away, way over here. It's kind of goes to nothing, which is pretty bad because it should have been down to about here. Oh well. It's been laying here for 98 million years. I guess I can live with a little bit of missing critter. Okay, here's my abstract lines I've drawn. There's 7 different cuts to make. I'll make all those cuts with this tool. Hello everybody, I'm back from the dust storm. Let me see if I can show you what I look like. I'm just covered in dust, just covered in dust. And there's the critter right there. I can, yeah, get out of the way, light. But you can see how that makes a whole bunch more room. Not much more room, but it's much more manageable. Now I didn't do the grinding yet because I forgot I have to put in the concrete patch first. So, anyways, I'm going to do some work on this thing, clean it up, and do some concrete patch work so it can cure and dry and stuff. We got some very cold weather coming. I think down to 14 degrees. Yeah, springtime. Okay, first I'm going to make this beveled edge a lot more even, a lot better on both sides, hopefully the same angle. Clean that up nice and neat. I'll clean it up when I'm done with the sanding barrel. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with the rock marks yet, but I'll figure that out when I get to it. If nothing else, I'll make them look at least better than what they are. So, I'm going to use this tool for this. Basically, I just use the edge of the styli. Just work my way down at a nice controlled angle. There's one side. It looks pretty messy still, but that'll look a whole lot better when I hit the barrel sander to it. Now the other side. And there's side number 2. Back that up so you can see it a little better. Oh, that looks much better. And it still looks like garbage. And what am I gonna do with all of this? Well, I'm gonna give a call to Silly Putty Man. Okay, sorry. That's gonna take some work, but I can hide that pretty much. These are the marks that bother me. Some of this rock cleans up really nice. Some of it doesn't. So, anyways, on to the next step. Okay, hopefully I won't have any blowouts. So I've mixed my stuff. I've mixed it rather thin because it just has to go around the edges and work its way, well, not sure how to explain that, but I'm just gonna pour. Okay, I'm sorry, I gotta move this so I can see what the heck I'm doing here. That's not thin enough. That's pretty thin, but I want it more thin. More thin? Is that such a thing? Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I did have a blowout down here. That's the worst of it there. It's got a little fill up on top here, so it had a little blowout here. That shouldn't be too bad, I hope. Other than that, overall, that was a pretty good pour. I'm going to have to take this tape off tomorrow and check that out and add some more, I'm sure, but that's pretty good. So, my work here is done. On to the next thing. Okay, I came out here earlier this morning, took off all the old stuff, at least what I could get off, and then turned it over, which is now it's over, and I had to add some more. That's not good. A little divot there, huh? So it did more sinking as I was sat. Oh well. The gist of it is done. So to show you what's going on here. Wow. So I had a blowout this morning, which I just found, and this was yesterday. This is the bad one. So I'm going to hopefully clean that up today, and I won't do the edges today because it's snowing cats and dogs out. But I got plenty to do here for now. It's going to be quite a bit of cleanup. Get a better look at that. Oh man, that's horrible. Someday I'll do one of these without a blowout. Won't that be nice? Holy schmoly. Okay, this upper stuff in that line here, wherever it was, is pretty much gone. So I've started here. It looks like some of this is going to pop off pretty nicely. I'm not worried about the edges because that's all going to be ground down. All I do to take this stuff off, zoom in a little bit so you can see what the heck I'm doing. I'll even use the big guy there. I'm not worried about these corners because I'm going to round off everything and smooth out everything. That's going to take a little while, but at least it's coming off nicely. That's kind of a good thing. Slow but sure. This is the area that I knocked down with this chisel. As you can see, these marks right here. So I'm not too concerned about that, but it's still got to come off, no matter what. I don't care. That doesn't make any sense. I don't care about that either. That came off real good. So a little bit left over here, a little bit left here, and then I'll wash all that, and then I'll show you again what that looks like after a good wash job. Just scrub it really good. And if you have to, scrub it 5 times, 6 times. I don't care. Okay, I do. I do care. I'm sorry, I'm lying. Okay, this is a learning experience if you ask me. I can see on this side, this is about the edge of the critter. So I was looking at this, where it goes down, how much room, and and I'm going out here and I'm finding these things where the rock is coming up, and I think those were the spines of the critter. Then I look over here and I think I see spines. I don't know. Jeez. I'll do a little research tonight and see what these are supposed to look like. At least in this area. Alright, back to work. The rock is coming off on these areas. I screwed up here. Sorry about that. I hit it here. Didn't know these little spine things were even here, but there apparently is 1, 2, 3 of them at least over here, and over there you barely see them. But if you look with these optivisors that I have on, the number 10s, bringing everything up real close, you can actually see the spines on these things. They're hard to see, but by golly, they are there. And get a load of these babies. I messed up here, but I took this rock down here and going really slow, looking, hopefully gonna find another one of these spine type things here, but I couldn't find one. That's the way it goes. Now to clean up the rock and do a little bit of crack repair. I'm not going to do these edges because outside the table is covered in snow, it's melting, it's wet. Bugger that crap. I've got all these areas with less tool marks now, so these bigger areas are now ready for sanding with a sanding barrel. But I'm going to give this thing a good wash right now and then start attacking these. Now, hopefully, I'm not done washing yet, but hopefully when this dries, these tool marks won't look as bad. So fingers crossed on that one. Oh, it's not cleaning up very well at all. So I got to do some more work on it. Probably a little bit more sanding. Okay, well, I'll do what I have to do. Make it look as good as possible. I figured first I'd clean up these sanding barrel areas. Well, that's not a very good there. But that's what I use, and then with the foot pedal. And then I simply and I don't have my mask on. Always wear your dust masks. That's not perfect, man, it's a lot better. Another wash job. Okay, I've got parts A and B. A and B. It's a two-part epoxy putty. Try saying that 3 times real fast. This is the white stuff, which comes in really handy. I learned just last year. That's all I'm going to need. So I'm going to do a bunch of mixing, and I'm going to add my colors, which is tan buck, kind of a reddish color, which when this is gray, when it's mixed together, so when you add the reddish stuff, it turns it more of a yellowish, slight yellowish color, but a little too dark, which is why I add the white to it. So, I won't bore you with mixing. I've done a little bit of two-part putty here with 3 different colors. Now I'm working on this monster piece. That's going to be, well, it darkens. So anyways, I'm going to hit all these. It should look pretty good. Okay, now that I had to work pretty fast because this stuff is starting to cure. So I gotta start playing with it a little bit here and shaping it and whatnot. Before I call it good. So I got to work on all of these cracks that I just filled. But look at that, it looks 100 times better already. Now just to make it look really good. Okay, tomorrow I give this a good scrub and a good wash. Some tooling on the crack repair, just to make it look as good as I can anyways. And then I'm going to take it outside and do these edges and these corners, these upper corners here, and then do whatever repair I have to do then and there, and then sauce it up. Boy, that's gonna look nice. I like that. Okay, I woke up this morning. Again, everything is white. Everything's covered in snow. Everything out there is melting again and getting all wet, so I'm not going to finish this. But you can see by just filling these cracks how much nicer that looks. Oh, excuse me, holy crap. How much nicer that looks. So I'm just going to wash all this stuff, which is going to make it look really weird. Okay, as soon as you put water on it, the rock gets darker, the other stuff it tends to get lighter. So when that's dry, it won't look as good. Then I'll tool these with these little tiny tools I have. I wish I could show you, but I don't have one right now. And then hopefully tomorrow I can work on these god-awful edges and clean this up, round off the edges, make it look nice and smooth. Then sauce that baby up, put a hanger on it, and bam! That baby's done. Yeah, right on. That's a pretty cool fossil, if you ask me. Okay. Okay, all scrubbed, all cleaned. Of course, that was days ago. This is the first day we've had with not waking up with the ground wet with snow, so it's all gone. Snow's all gone. It's all sunny out there, even though it's a bit on the chilly side. But I'm going to take this out there and grind the crap out of these edges, and then bring it inside and see how much more fixing I got to do. This baby's almost done. Woo! All 7 sides. Now to go back inside and keep on a working. So, here she is. All edges ground down smooth, but you can see where I got a little bit of repair to do on some of these edges. Just not much, a little bit. And then when I sand that, I'll sand all this stuff and round everything up. I thought I would fix the cracks and patch repair on these edges first. Why not? So, it's a little thin, but what do I care? So I'm just going to go around and hit every little spot I can. Like so. That was actually a hole. I had to remove some tape. Blue tape got stuck in that one. So I'm going to go all the way around. Now, you see this god-awful thing here? Bank, cliff, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to soften that up with this chisel bit on this great big monster scribe. Oh, that's not good. Soften that up a little bit more with some sanding paper to try to hide that, and that should look a little better than it did. I also got one down there I'm going to tack too. Every little bit helps as far as I'm concerned. Now to tool mark some of these. This was a great big repair, if you remember that. That was just caved in or missing rock or whatever. Been puttied. Now I'm going to tool it. And tooling it to make it look even more so like the rock. Not always, but sometimes. Not too bad. Little bath. Just to get off all the dust I've accumulated with the grinding and everything else I've done this morning. Okay, now for my Gliptol, which is mixed with acetone, put into a little shot glass. I have a little tiny brush that I put in there just a minute ago. And right, there's one, there's two, there's three. Super hard to see, but with these optivisors, I can see them as plain as day. There's one, there's two, there's three, there's one, there's two, there's three. So there's the tail. Now a bigger brush for the rest of the main component of this thing. This critter. And that's gonna look good. I can't wait for tomorrow to get this all sanded and ready to... Oh, I'm liking this. And now for even a bigger brush for this part. Get a load of that. Holy crap, that looks nice. That was a fun project. It's not perfect. I wish I would have had the other side. The other side had more color, but that's the way it goes. Alrighty then. Tomorrow I finish this baby up and hang it on the wall. The way I figure it, since I got most of the day left, I'm going to put this hanger on right now, and by that time I checked out these areas. They're already dry, so I'm going to finish this up today, take it into the house. So I made my marks. I'm going to do some cutting and then put the one on that goes on the back of this on today. Yeah, right on. All right. That's gonna go freaking nowhere. Whew. Don't forget to wear your dust mask. Oh, that's looking good. Real good. Whew. Keep the dust mask on because it's dusty in here. Okay. This baby is ready to hang. That's gonna hang just like that. I already got a spot for it. Get a load of that. Hold it, let me adjust this a little bit. Alright. Wow, 98 million years old. Swam in the ocean, well, crawled along the bottom of the ocean. Did its thing, made babies, ate, whatever. Wish I knew the species name, I don't. I'll find out. Anyways, there you go. Ta-da!